Okay, so Resident Evil Damnation is the second CG Resi flick, and once again, Leon is the protagonist of the movie. It surprised me at first to see that Leon was back for another CG flick since we have other main characters in this franchise. The next flick could have focused on someone such as Chris, Billy, Rebecca, Barry, and Jill. Claire was in the previous CG flick, so I didn't mind that she sits this one out. Especially since they likely make her step aside in her own movie. Sadly, the story in this movie just isn't interesting enough to talk about at all. But the best way to describe Damnation would be the movie where Leon takes on a bunch of lickers and another Mr. X. Oh, and the new Mr. X fights a bunch of lickers too. I wish there was more to say about this, but honestly, that's just as much as I got before, and it's the same experience I got rewatching it yet again. Oh, and that's another thing. Lickers, Leon, another Mr. X, more of the same from Resident Evil 2. I know that's not technically the Mr. X, but that's the nickname to give these particular tyrants, I'd say. Saying goes for these lickers, they don't look exactly the same as the ones in RE2, but it's still lickers nonetheless. But again, this feels like yet another rehash. Leon taking on lickers and a T-103 tyrant? Again? I guess the only difference now is that we have a non-realistic Fast and Furious Leon going up against these adversaries. And if he managed to survive against these creatures back when he was grounded with reality, then why the hell would I, along with anyone else, feel like he's all of a sudden going to struggle against these?
Buy it for 1 second, dude.
Yeah, but maybe he's...
Fast and Furious Leon is unstoppable. If a tyrant came with a submachine gun, Leon would just dodge every single bullet because Fast and Furious Leon can dodge lasers. He can escape from free falling at a deep spike pit. So I wouldn't be surprised if someone tied him up, locked him in a pitch black, closet with a vicious Cerberus in a crimson state, and then come back to it 5 minutes later just to find a dead Cerberus in that closet with Leon completely unharmed, still tied. So the whole scene where Leon has to deal with another Mr. X out of nowhere in the open, I just can't seem to find the tension anywhere. You want my honest opinion? I can't say that I like Leon in this movie. Ada continues to be a smug smartass, and Leon, though, he's even more unlikable than before. Well, before, he was like an emotionless, brooding wood plank, but here...
he's an asshole.
Look at this. There are moments where he sees someone in danger, and he straight up ignores them. He does not go out of his way to save them, even though we know that this Leon is more than capable of dealing with these things. OG Leon would never do this. He would never watch as someone is about to get killed. He would drop everything and immediately go help. Remember how in Resident Evil 2 he gets shot by Annette for saving Ada, and when Leon wakes up and sees Claire, he asks her to go find Ada because she's in danger.
Ada. Right after that, someone tried to kill me. Nearly succeeded too. Ada went after the sniper, but I'm worried about her. You gotta find her before something happens.
But you've been shot.
I'll be okay. It's Ada I'm worried about.
He didn't care about whether he was going to live. He just wanted to make sure that everyone else made it out alive. Why did they even give us another CG movie with Leon as the protagonist again if they weren't going to represent him well enough? Again!
What?
In this scene, there's a soldier still alive that basically asks for his help. This happens when there are two lickers close by. And what does Leon do?
Sorry, but I don't have time to stay in chat right now.
He ditched him. It was only 2 lickers. This man is capable of dealing with 10 lickers in a tight room. Why ditch the man when Leon the Chosen One Kennedy could have easily dealt with these? Even if the man dies due to his condition, it's the fact that he didn't even bother to try. I hate this Leon. What a pathetic protagonist. Sorry, I don't have time to stay in chat right now. He wasn't looking for a fucking conversation, you dipshit. He needed your help because he was dying. You know what kills me? This dying soldier showed more heart than Leon did in his 5 seconds of existing in this movie. Let's look at the signs. 1, he grabbed Leon and did not say a word. This way he wouldn't alert the Lickers nearby. This tells me that he knew he wasn't trying to get Leon killed and only wanted his help. 2, Leon alerts Lickers by speaking out loud, and what does the soldier do after Leon alerted the Lickers and proceeded to ditch him? The soldier turns around, fires at the oncoming Lickers, which not only means he was more ballsy enough to fight with the last bit of strength he had over cowering and admitting defeat, but his actions can also mean that he, in his dying condition, was willing to save Leon, or at least buy him some time to get away. Nice going, Leon. You could have easily parkoured your way around those 2 Lickers without a sweat. Everyone knows he's dealt with way worse scenarios than this. Real question though, I wonder if he would have done the same thing if the dying soldier was a chick. Because I've seen Leon dive head first in dangerous situations to save a woman. A woman! But I've also seen him watch as dudes that could have been saved by him get killed in front of him. And I'm referring to Leon after RE2, not OG Leon. No, we know that dude would have done the right thing.
Good job.
I was rooting for Mr. X. The odds are against him. Then again, whenever he does grab a hold of Leon and all he has to do is squish him, he does the typical big man, tosses little protagonist around. I hate that the tyrant is so damn huge here. Look at this. This shows you exactly how tall it is compared to Leon and the Lickers. Isn't this just a little too tall? He's almost as big as El Gigante from RE4. His larger size won't change the situation anyways, since, you know, Leon's covered in extreme plot armor. Ada shares the same traits and cocky personality, and even though her fight scene with President What's-Her-Face was pretty good, there's still no tension when both characters are untouchable. To me, they just look like 2 Uno reverse cards going at it. If they at least landed some hits, left each other bruises, cuts, scrapes, torn clothing, messed up hair, anything, you know, to show that these 2 fought the shit out of each other. Well, we get one cut. There's a guy that can control Lickers. He controls them with his mind. I wonder if anyone else forgot about that. If the previous movie jumps the shark, I'd say this one leaps the whale. We've got ourselves a magician here. And this is way before Resident Evil 8 existed. They can call it whatever they want, but if a man can control Lickers with his mind, yep, that's magic. So Ada's fight scene with President Belikova was a pretty sight to behold. The new Mr. X versus all those Lickers was as intense as watching someone dealing with mosquitoes. And Leon running around in plot armor, parkouring his way around everything was a thrill seeker. Hey, if you love movies with non-stop action, or you like Resident Evil for its non-stop action genre, then this movie will surely entertain you. I always prefer Resident Evil from the polygonal days. That's when characters, including the main ones, were grounded to reality. They used to use intelligence instead of parkour to progress through the game, and a single zombie could cost you everything. That's the opposite of what we got here with Resident Evil Damnation, but I guess you can't blame the creators for making it this way. After all, this is around the time when Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6 were the latest in the game series, and that was making money for Capcom thanks to RE4 selling too well. Capcom pushed for more non-stop action Resi projects, so naturally they do the same for their latest CG Resi flick. Like with the previous CG movies release, Japan got their own limited edition box set that you could purchase, and this one is 3 times bigger than Degeneration's box set. The Blu-ray case is beautiful. Look at that slipcover. The case unfolds and becomes even more surprising. Look at these little sheets. I always love keeping these since they advertise movies and items that are released around that time. I mean, it does count as a physical item now that almost everything is digital these days. Here's some random info regarding Resident Evil Revelations, the Unveiled Edition. And here's a fascinating item. A shiny card of the Tyrant from the Dam. And this card is part of Japan's Biohazard Clan Masters card game. This is a good example of why physical media needs to continue existing. I can see how anyone would immediately love the movie simply because of this box set. I want to say I love the movie, but I'd be lying to you guys and myself. Here's another neat surprise. The Blu-ray flip case came with another sleeve, and it kept these little nifty items, showing concept art of the characters, creatures, and locations from the movie. And they didn't even need to do this because this box set already comes with a large book displaying the very same images, only bigger, and more stuff. I like that they also included the history of Resident Evil as well. It's gonna take a long while to translate all of this, but since it's based on Damnation, I might not bother. Now this though, this is one badass looking model of the Damn Tyrant. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call him, the Damn Tyrant. After all, that is what it says in the Biohazard Clan Masters card, right? Interesting that they chose to make the figure based on the Damn Tyrant as it's mutating into its final form, instead of choosing to make it one form or the other. Figures based on mid-transformations are rare to find, and the beauty about this one is that it includes battle damage, which I'm sure you all know that I love me some battle damage. And it includes detailed fire below him. This is by all means worth keeping as part of a Resident Evil collection. I remember showing this movie to my friends back when it was new, and we all felt like we wasted a good 2 hours of our time just watching it. That sucks, right? I mean, the movie looked great when it first came out. I think it still looks pretty good for its age. Funny though how CG ages like people do. It'll look great in its prime, that being the product's release date. Then 10 years later, yep, it looks like it became an alcoholic. If you enjoyed the movie, good for you. I mean, you probably love Resident Evil for its non-stop action genre, and everyone's got their own version of what they love. For me, it's not the non-stop action kind, it's more of the puzzle, survival, tank control situation, you know, with a good story, of course. That's as much as I can say for this product. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. So with that said, that's it for the video. Thank you all for taking the time to watch this video, and if you truly enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more content from this jabroni. I cover lore videos, facts, movies, and game reviews, all based on my favorite franchises such as Resident Evil, The King of Fighters, Mortal Kombat, Celebrity Deathmatch, The Mask, Dragon Ball, The Terminator, TMNT, and more. I'd like to give a very special thanks to all my Patreon supporters. This video is for you, and I hope you like seeing your name at the end credits of this video. And if you too would like to see your name at the end of a new vid, be sure to join my Patreon, where you also get to receive exclusive videos and updates such as new art panels for my Resident Evil Outbreak comic that I'm working on. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next video, and remember to have an awesome day.